Welcome back to UHC Generations. We are once again back here in Industry Park, where I have been hard at work gathering materials, aging copper, doing all sorts of grindy things, and most importantly, I've been prepping for the projects we're going to be taking on in this video. But before I get into all of that, I just want to give a massive shout out to Coke Potato for making this amazing fan art. Thank you so much. This was absolutely beautiful, and it really warmed my heart. This is just really wonderful, and I'm just looking forward to seeing more things like this in the future. So thank you, Coke Potato. I really appreciate this. Anyways, y'all, I've been planning out some future projects. So here's everything I already am farming: bamboo, animal pens, moss, melon, and pumpkins. And then on the right side here is everything that I want to make a farm for. Now there's many more things that could be farmed here on top of just this, you know, like a gold farm or maybe some wheat, carrot, and potato farms, but for the time being, these are the 5 most essential things. But enough chatting, enough discussing, enough making plans. Let me show you exactly what we're going to be building today. We're actually not going to be building something on this list because we're not really building a farm. I'm going to be taking this central zone here, this bit of storage, and constructing a fully fledged automatic sorting system all around here. We're going to have a central nexus connecting all of our existing farms and all of our future farms to one giant repository of chests and storage. Let me tell you, I've been super busy off camera grinding materials, so much bamboo, so much jungle wood, so much copper. I've been a busy guy. Like I said, I've been grinding. This is going to be a big task. And there we are. Now, I'm sure you guys are all pretty familiar with how the standard storage system works, you know, with the hoppers and the comparators and all that stuff, and I'm no expert either, but I figured I could give you guys a very quick, very short explanation. We're building a square system here, which means that items are going to be running across all of these hoppers on the top. All these hoppers here facing the comparators will be containing a certain kind of item, like, you know, bamboo or pumpkins or melons or something like that, and these will act as item filters. Only a certain kind of item will be allowed into this hopper, and it activates this comparator, which turns on to a power of 3, which will do some fancy redstone stuff, and bada bing, bada boom, this hopper becomes unlocked, which allows items to flow through, and there you have the basis for a storage system. Each one of these kind of slices here will be able to contain a different sorted item. 24 different slices here, meaning a maximum of 24 different farmable items, which I think is more than enough for the future of this UHC Generations world. And of course, we're not even close to done because this entire thing has to be decorated. I have to set up the item filters. I have to build up a cool little structure around the entire thing. But before we get too deep into the building, I want to take you guys on back to Founders Town for some fun little stuff I've been thinking about. We are once again back here in Founders Town. This lovely little place where every new inhabitant of the UHC Generations world starts their adventure, where we've got the quest hub, Quilby's animal pens, my main storage room, and let's not forget about the library. In case you guys didn't know, this library contains all of the journals of all the previous UHC members. Everything Flaming Moai wrote down, Quilby's first journal, and now my 2 journals right here, and I'm working on a 3rd. It's pretty clear that this place, despite being very small and very out of the way, is very special. Not that I think Moai or whoever put this together in the first place did a bad job necessarily, but I want to give the Founders Town Library Room the respect that it deserves, especially with all the new blocks we've gotten in 1.20, like the chiseled bookshelves and all the new decorative stuff. I really think I could give this library room a little bit of a makeover. And better yet, we can do this together. Unlike a lot of my other builds for this series, I don't have anything planned. No Litematica schematics, no creative test world, whatever. We're just gonna be winging this, you and me, and we'll see how things turn out. If I just bust through these bookshelves here and see, is there anything back here? Doesn't seem like it. So I guess the first order of business is to expand this entire area. I really want to make this place feel as cozy, regal, and elegant as possible, which I think is really fitting for the place that's holding all of these precious journals. Oh yeah, and in case anyone's wondering, don't worry, they are all secure right here in these barrels. I would not let these guys out of my sight. But yeah, let's see what I can do here. For starters, we are gonna need a ton of leather for bookshelves, so yeah, I've been breeding up these guys quite a bit, but they need to be bred a little bit more. And now that we've got an expansive collection of cows, excuse me for 1 second. Oh man, would you look at that? Leather and raw beef mysteriously appearing in this chest? What a handy coincidence. I never would have expected anything like that to happen. Anyways, it would be kind of awesome to have like these majestic dark oak arches at the top here maybe. So I'm gonna try something like this. We'll see how this turns out. Oh yeah, I like that a lot actually. Ooh, if these were stairs, would that look a little bit better? Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Poked a few more holes, accidentally made a hole in the ceiling. What if we try some tables? Acacia, you know, goes with the Founders Town theme. I'm kind of on the fence about this. It's very bright. Okay, yeah, I think dark oak looks a little bit better, especially because we can use the cartography table for some really cool little decor on the top here. I love this little detail so much. And then, you know, the back wall's kind of flat. I kind of want to see what happens if we carve out a little hole. Yeah, that's awesome. That's gonna be where the journals go, right at the end of the hall. I think something like this would be cool if you can kind of see what's going on here. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 over this side. They're going to be these long rows of bookshelves, some having lecterns in front for a little bit of like organizational system kind of thing, further streamlining the space from the section over here right down the middle to the journal section. I may or may not have ran out of bookshelves, but you get the idea. A little bit of mud and light gray terracotta going around the outside, and I want to add in some regal red carpet to the center of the floor here, making it look all nice and warm and inviting and very, very elegant. And you know, I'm not quite happy with the ceiling and I want to try something weird. You know, I basically never ever use deep slate in this world, which is weird because it's such an important building block. And I feel like for the ceiling of a build like this, you really, you know, you don't really want to look at it. It just kind of wants to blend into the background. So why don't we try using some really dark blocks? And with that, we've got ourselves a whole library. Let me know what you think, guys. This was just totally off the cuff, and obviously there is a lot of decision making I didn't quite show on camera, but things came together surprisingly well. I was a little worried I was gonna have a lot more of a struggle with that, and I'm sure somebody will be back at some point in the future to add some additional final touches. And of course, can't forget Library Cat. He's always just gonna be there hanging out, watching over this place, making sure that nothing ever happens. Anyways, y'all, that was fun, but we've still got a storage system to build, so why don't we get on that? I have been busy off camera grinding materials, making preparations, and I think we are just about ready to— hold on a minute. This bridge is not aligned with the entrance to Industry Park. Did I just— ew, oh, that's awful. How have I never noticed this? Seriously, how did I not notice this? This is awful. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Okay, yeah, that's a lot better. Now, where were we again? Hold on, quick pause, guys, quick pause. I might have goofed a little bit. For like the actual item filter sections, I built this all 1 block too low. Whoopsie. So that means you guys get a part 2 of this time lapse where I go tear down half my work and redo it 1 block higher. Ah, lovely. All right, That was a bit of a strange time lapse. Had a couple hiccups along the way, but check it out, guys. This thing is awesome looking. I really like how the design came out. I'm not gonna lie, this took me a really long time. I was trying to figure out how to make these funny little arch things for a really, really long time for how relatively simple it is. Not only was I trying to make something that looked cool and matched the style of our other builds, but of course I had to make something functional, right? I had to make a, functional item transportation system with the ice and the signs and the chests. And of course, underneath here are all of the actual redstone components for the item filters. They had to get tucked in behind blocks somehow. I'm using leaves because it doesn't interrupt the redstone signal back there. Like, I put a lot of thought into this. Like I said, we still need to go connect up the item filters. So yeah, let's just do that real quick and then we can call this build completed. All right, that's the two pipes coming up from the ground. You can see how the water directs them into our transportation system, and they'll kind of get mixed into this whole thing and go around and around until everything gets sorted. But the annoying part is that I have to totally change the way we're routing our items. This thing has been just piling up in these chests, and oh boy, do we have a lot of melons. It's kind of getting to be a really big problem here. So this will need totally new redstone to pipe all of these items into our dedicated storage area. Oh God, what is that? There's so many melons. I can't contain the melons. Oh, Jesus. Oh, they're coming around again. There's so many melons. All right, well, as you guys saw there, I finally got the pipes working here, and I unleashed the deluge of gourds from out of the bowels of this machine, the melons and pumpkins that have been piling up for weeks. But yeah, I needed to make a whole detour to the nether just to get soul sand. I thought I had soul sand, but I didn't. Like, I could have sworn I had like at least a couple dozen, but I had 0, so I had to run back and get some more. But look, it's working now. The bamboo's piling in, the melons are pouring in. I need to set item filters on these guys and these guys, or else they're just going to collect everything, which is obviously not ideal. But look at it, guys, it's working. It's filtering, it's doing the thing. I'm so happy. Once I get the item filters in, this is going to be complete. Okay, I've got all the item filters set, I think. So they're being a little bit wacky, where like if too many items go in at once, the entire thing kind of just breaks. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen now that I've got all of them set. But yeah, as you saw there, guys, these 3 are set for bamboo. So what you do is you put in 45 filter items, and then you put the item you want to filter in the last slot right here. And this way, this hopper is only going to accept bamboo. This one slot on the left is for pumpkins. These 4 slots are all for melons, and I'm sure they're collecting a whole lot of melons already. Yeah, I've got a bunch in here. And with that, guys, we've done it. We've provided sorting and automated item filtering to the UHC Generations world. I'm sure it's something that future generations will appreciate. But yeah, guys, I think that's about all we got time for today. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like down below and comment below what you think of this design here. And until next time, you guys, this has been Leon, and I will see you all in the next UHC Generations video.